Hey everybody, welcome to the video, and here we are today at Goodwill again. Spend a lot of my time in Goodwill because I gotta find inventory. Goodwill, flea markets, great places. If you have a Goodwill bins, definitely a great place to source. Garage sales, great place to source, great prices. The only problem is, garage sales usually only on the weekends. So maybe sometimes Friday in there too, but primarily Saturdays and Sundays, mostly Saturdays. I live in California, so we usually have garage sales year round. I know in some other states, parts of the country, there's certain seasons because they have more weather conditions, snow, lots of rain. California tends to be pretty good year-round for garage sales, and we do go out to garage sales from time to time. It's just not don't like to drive around everywhere to try to source. Like to go to this one central location and source as much as we can. Plus, we're able to we already have contacts we've made through over time doing what we're doing, and people will provide us with product to put in our eBay store. So looking at electronic sections, we're actually started out a bit earlier before I started turned on the camera. I was over in there are a couple bins up in front. I was chit-chatting really quick, and I already snapped up a few things, which you may see in my cart. I will end up putting some stuff back that's in my cart right now, like that game I just saw. We're going to put that back after I look it up. But scanning the electronic shelves, seeing if there's anything here. Looking for that Raspberry Pi again, hopefully. They do pop up from time to time. At this Goodwill, I found a tablet. I forget what the name was, but it was like an e-reader, kind of notes-taking tablet. I forgot what the brand is. But look out for those tablets that are like the Amazon e-readers. They have that e-ink display. Those ones, even the Amazon e-ink display ones, those ones still go for pretty good money. Even the older ones, the more modern models, I sold one that ended up going for like $700 here. I found the tablet, the case, the pen, everything that goes with it, and someone offered me $700, and I took it and sold it quick. So be on the lookout for those e-ink display tablets. Scanning the end caps where they usually put their colored glass and pottery. I think this was missing a base or something. It just didn't sit right. I was going to look it up, but it's missing something. I think there was a chip on the ear there as well. They recently moved things around in this Goodwill. On the end of this, the shelving system here, they used to have all their Target... like Target return stuff, or I don't know if they buy from Target or Target sends them stuff, but there used to be a bunch of Target items there. Usually still brand new, nothing wrong with it at all. Maybe some box damage, but you can still get pretty good money for those. Scanning the clear glass. Looking for anything crystal glass, like Waterford. Rydell wine glasses are something you want to look out for. They're usually engraved with Rydell on it, usually on the base of the wine glass. Those ones do sell for more of a premium. Not crazy, but if you get them for $2 a glass, they'd be a good pickup. Nothing really that great here in the clear. I saw this little gold trim, but that was Threshold. What do you call it? Thresholds from Target. Now let's see. Here we're going into their tiny little Christmas area. And check out the rest of these end caps. I'm looking for anything. Maybe a Deneen mug to add to my collection, which I do collect Deneen mugs. That it's D-E-N-E-E-N, I believe. And they're from different locations or restaurants. A lot of bed and breakfast will have those. They're really nice pottery mugs. So I'm always on the lookout for those. Take a look at kind of like their miscellaneous pottery aisle, miscellaneous glass and pottery. I guess stuff that doesn't really fit the theme of the end caps end up in that aisle. Looking. Not really much on the shelves, but we'll be getting back out to this Goodwill this weekend and seeing. Usually they do a refresh on Saturdays, so we'll be checking everything out here. It was a little busy. I got out here a little bit later than normal. I got out here about 10:45 in the morning. My next Goodwill video will be an evening Goodwill trip, so you guys get to see what evening looks like. Evenings are usually dependent on if they're still bringing items out. I think I mentioned this in the previous video. I do like to go out there in the evenings after everything's been picked over, and it just takes a little bit more experience, a little more skill to try to pick good items that are from a store or wherever that has already been picked over. And I'll talk about a product. It wasn't there that long, but it was sitting there for probably at least 45 minutes. In a bin. It was a purse. You might see it in the cart, but there was a purse that I had picked up from the bin. It had been sitting right there, kind of right on top, and $100, $200 purse just sitting there ready, waiting. And there were other people there, regular buyers, regular resellers were already there and had gone through the area. So just pays to be able to, it pays to have a lot of knowledge of a lot of stuff if you can. That just takes, sometimes it's trial and error. Nowadays we have YouTube, we have all kinds of people with their experience, posting everything online. I'm gonna take a look at some golf clubs. I've had a lot of recent luck with golf clubs lately. As a matter of fact, one of my Nike golf clubs, I think I got 8 of them. One of them just sold for $60, so that was almost my money back on all those golf clubs. One more sale of the Nike golf clubs, and I'll already be in the profit on that. So looking out for any more Nike, any more big name brands, or Scotty Cameron. Not a huge golf expert, but I look out for the major brands. And we have some people there in the way. Scanning the shelves, scanning the bags. These are the larger bags, so I'm not looking for anything Yeti, anything Toomey. Maybe any vintage brands, Fossil. I don't really deal in luggage, so we're moving on. There was quite a few people hanging out in the toy section, which is the section I wanted to get to, because the toys and there's that bag right there, because the toys and the just miscellaneous things that we like digging through are right in that aisle. There's a Joe Boxer, just a little bag. Nothing crazy. I think it's more like a toiletry bag, but kind of like a crossbody. I just scan it, just take a look. I took it out of the bin, and so I'm going to end up leaving it behind. Yeah, right about this point in the video, I'm getting calls from my family, so I do break the video for a little bit while I deal with messages coming in from family. I'm going to scan this Tommy Hilfiger. I also pulled this out of the bin. I thought maybe it was vintage, but I'm looking for different drawstring bags. I couldn't find that exact one, but just through Google Image, I'm just scanning other different, scanning other platforms to see what it's selling for on other platforms. Not having an exact name or model, kind of difficult for me to find it on eBay. But you could just type in Tommy Hilfiger and drawstring bags, which is what I did right there. And I didn't really see anything great as far as the comps go. This one was pretty worn out. I also grabbed this belt from the bin. It's nothing. It's not silver. It was really super light, maybe like a tin, and it wasn't even leather. It was more of a stretchy. I wasn't sold on it. I think it was only $4. It was kind of cool, but I wanted to see if I can get some sort of a comp on it while I was in the store. I ended up putting it back too. I really just didn't. Not that I didn't like it. It was just it wasn't really much. It was just super light and elasticy. Checking this out. It's kind of old, kind of vintagey, but it was kind of coming undone up there on the on some of the beadwork. I'm trying to get around these people. I'm trying to get in that aisle, so I'm gonna go around. See a little fused glass. Nothing, you know, kind of cool, but not really gonna pull stuff any like fused glass like that. That's not maybe signed. I have some really cool fused glass. It's from what do they call it? It's like California Institute of Glass. Remember correctly, really nice glass work. Really nice fused glass. They do a lot of orange, a lot of reds, and I have a few pieces up in my. I think I have 1 or 2 pieces up in my store. Picked up another one and I kept it just because I liked the design. But this is the aisle I like to dig through. I was just having to just, you know, a lot of kids. That seemed to be the theme this week. I don't know if everybody's getting ready to go back to school or what. I have kids. I'm not, you know, just they kind of mess up my vibe when I'm in, you know, just hunting for items. Here's a Kangol hat. I just pulled it right out of the bin there. And Kangol is definitely a brand to look out for. They tend to... I think that should go for about $25. But the ones you really want to look out for are that style from the 90s, kind of like that Paperboy look. LL Cool J from back in the day. It was a big hip-hop type of brand to look out for. And they're still desirable. I'm going to put that belt back there. Again, there were some kids in this area, and I just couldn't mess with my vibe. They were really not throwing my game off here. But hey, I mean, they're kids. They don't. You know. I have kids. That's all I gotta say to that. But kids are great. Don't get me wrong, kids are great, and it's just when you're working, you know, sometimes, you know, they can really mess with your, you know, with your rhythm, you know, especially when, you know, they don't know I'm working there. I mean, nobody really knows I'm searching for items. I'm not. I shouldn't say nobody knows. I'm pretty sure the employees there know that I'm looking for items to put up on eBay. So my brain is going, my eyes are going. I'm looking at shelves up and down. I'm trying to figure out, you know, pricing. I'm trying to figure out how much something's gonna cost to ship. I'm gonna, you know, so I got a lot going on in my brain right now while I'm searching these shelves. Get in the zone. I'm in the zone, and you know, sometimes, you know, things will distract you and you won't be in the zone. It's just all a part of the business, all a part of everything, you know, even in regular work. What do I consider regular work? You know, just a 9-to-5 job, you know. You can still get thrown off your game there too. Check out this video game, not video game, a board game, completely sealed, brand new. I'm gonna scan it. I think it has a barcode, or I have to type it in because I don't see a barcode. Yeah, I don't see a barcode, so I typed it in. I don't know, about $15, $16 or so. I didn't see the price tag on that. Not really sure what they wanted on it, but probably wasn't gonna be worth it, even though it was brand new. So definitely check out your sold comps. If it doesn't have barcode, hopefully it has a name on it, then you could easily, you know, easily find stuff. Here we are, like a little Eastery section there still. Check out the water bottle. Sometimes you'll find Yeti water bottles in there. Yetis will be pretty good depending on the price. Their water bottles aren't that super desirable, but they still sell pretty well. I mean, if you find brand new Yeti water bottles, or I think they're not necessarily water bottles, like tumblers, stainless steel ones. Those ones do pretty well. If you can find them at a garage sale or something for $1 or $2, pick those up. Looking at this little glass, the beak appears to have been chipped on that one. Moving on down, there. Some nice chairs there. They weren't very comfortable. I did sit in those. Not comfortable chairs. Trying to make my way over to the purses. Because I already found that Longchamp. I don't know if I said that earlier, but it's a Longchamp purse I found in the bins. So now my thought process is, are there any more bags in, that are going to be hanging over where, the purses are? I had already, when I come in, I had already scanned the glass section here, which is where they keep their higher end stuff. Now we're going to go check the back wall and see if there's anything there. I had to go around. There was people, lots of people. There we go. Again, a lot of clothing in this one. Just like some of the other Goodwills, lots and lots of clothing. The Salvation Army, we have one Salvation Army in the area, and it's pretty much just all clothes. They have some hard goods. We're not really clothing resellers, but they have tons of clothes, and the prices are really good on clothes at the Salvation Army here. I think it's like $1 or $2 for t-shirts, and maybe $3 or $4 for sweaters. And I pulled some great clothes out of there, some cool vintage stuff. A lot of vintage resellers go to that Salvation Army here in my town. It's down near the airport, and they pull out some great stuff out of there. It's just I'm more of a hard goods, more accessories, purses. I'm looking at this Coach. I see a Coach bag right here. I see it's $16. I'm going to throw it in the cart, but we're going to put it back. I think I showed on camera here exactly what's wrong with it and why it was hanging out here. So I'm going to scan that code. I'm surprised I didn't see the issues with it right now, but I'm just going to look up that code. The leather wasn't the best leather, but it's still Coach. So for $16, I think it would still be like a $40 purse if it was in good condition. Just checking out that code really quick on the purse. I'll show you guys, I think, towards the I have another Coach I'm going to show you that I did find, and I'll show you the code, or what I'm looking up, what number you have to look up to figure out the style, or be able to search comps on eBay. So I'm going to check this purse out really quick because I just found it in there, and I'm going to throw it in the cart, but we're going to put that back as well. Nothing's really looking good. The leather's not really feeling that great. When it comes to other textures like nylon, I mean, every purse will generally have a, you can get a sense of quality just by handling it, and just comes from experience. And we're looking. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for that Longchamp. Maybe there's another Longchamp. Longchamp makes a nylon style tote bag as well. And I saw that one Longchamp. Maybe there's another one floating around. We will see. But I don't find anything here. Then I'm going to move on to the wallets here soon. And another brand to look out for as far as wallets and purses go is Hobo. It's a great brand. It has a very distinct, super soft leather. And I have found it at this Goodwill. I found it at other Goodwills in our area. And just a great pickup. It doesn't sell for very high, but it is a consistent and pretty fast seller as well, too. Just double checking these. Little vinyl purse. Checking that out really quick. Here's a Tommy Hilfiger figure. Purse, tote. It's kind of unique. I'm going to scan it really quick. I'm just going to scan it and try to get a sense of what the value will be. Nothing. And it wasn't really worth it. Put that back. There we go. And I'm just going to clear this front. I try to keep the front of my cart clear for items that I'm going to be scanning or looking up later. And usually the main basket of the cart will be items I'm going to keep and or put back. I'll usually put the stuff I'm going to keep towards the back of the cart, and the stuff I'm going to put back towards the front of the cart here. I find another coach, but it was what was wrong? Oh, the zipper. It was missing the a lot of coat. I mean, telling you, I'm finding a lot of designer stuff out there right now for great prices, and that little tiny little purse wristlet thing, it was missing a on the zipper part. It was missing the little what do you call it, the charm or the pull thing on the zipper. It was missing it on that little guy. Here's a little Fossil watch, Fossil wallet, not a watch. Fossil wallet here. Nice, just vintagey leather look. I'm taking a look at everything else, just seeing what else is out there, because I'm finding Coach, I'm finding Longchamp, we found a Fossil. What else is there? But I don't, yeah, there's nothing else there. There is nothing else there. I'm moving a little bit quicker here just because I had ordered food, so I wanted to go pick that up. And then a little bit later I find out a little bit later I get asked to go help out my family really quick, so I was like, ooh, you know, everything was kind of, as I'm heading back home, everything was just kind of yeah, things my day was getting busier, basically, which is not a problem. It's all part of life, just like kids and, you know, the family in general. It's all a part of life, and what I'm doing is trying to support my family, support myself, my family, and also, you know, just trying to have fun too. I was gonna start looking at all this stuff here, so I'm gonna start looking it up really quick. What do we got? We got that Coach. I'm looking it up. I mean, comps are looking good. Comps are looking pretty good, but then I see the problem with it. When do I notice it? I mean, I can see it here because I'm watching the video, but when you're live and, you know, you're there, sometimes you do miss some. You'll miss flaws in products. It happens, you know. More so in clothing and purses and stuff. I know in clothing I've missed flaws before, and you know, it's just every time you see, I notice it right now. I notice the little thing is gone. But the more and more you go out there, you search, you find something, you bring something home, you find that it's, oh man, it's torn or it's missing that. Then the next time you're out there, you're like, all right, this is what I gotta look out for. I'm sourcing this. I'm you know, picking this up. This, you know, last time I got this, you know, this thing was torn or this thing was missing, and so then you remember and you learn and you know to pay attention to that for the next time. Here's that Kangol hat. Okay, here's the Coach purse. I'm inspecting it while I'm boom. Oh man. Whew, that lining. Doggone it. Shoots. I was like really bummed out at that point. I was like, another score, just down the toilet. There was no recovering from that. There was no selling that at lower. Your profit was gone at that point. So we got the Longchamp though. You know, we got now I'm inspecting this guy just to make sure. This one was pretty good. It had a little bit of wear on each of the corners, lower part of the corners of the purse, but great purse overall. But hey, you know, you're gonna get those big hits. You're not, you know, and some of them, they may look like big hits and they turn out to be duds. But as you're out there sourcing, as you're learning, as you're picking up products, you're gonna learn, you know, check everything out, check all the pockets. At this Goodwill, as a matter of fact, at this Goodwill, there was a jacket. Another reseller had this jacket. They were looking at it. They opted not to buy it. They put it back, and one of the guys there, they ended up picking up the jacket, and they were checking it out. They're going to put it back on the behind the counter, actually, because that's where they put their higher end clothing. And it turns out there was $600 in the pocket. Oh man, the guy passed it up initially. Had he purchased the jacket outright, he would have been $600 plus sold the jacket. Boom. Crazy profit right there. Okay. Turns out I was not filming. Thought I was filming. And let me try to remember everything I was saying there and what I wasn't filming. So, I didn't start filming here at this Goodwill right off the bat because I ran into a friend of mine there. And we were just chit-chatting about, you know, reselling products and everything. So, might have some more stuff coming down the pipe here pretty soon as far as inventory goes. I already got a lot of inventory, so I'll see what he has to offer. But right after I was talking to him, I went into the bins. There were a few bins out. Not much to speak of, except for sitting right on top was what I've talked about before, was this Longchamp purse. Well, not necessarily this purse, but Longchamp, the name. And you'll see it right there. As soon as I picked it up, I knew the leather was good, and I looked at the name, and I was like, oh, that's it, we're bagging it. $16.49. It's got Longchamp, you know, all over the place on it. It was just sitting there in the bin. I had gotten there a little bit later, probably about 45 minutes after they opened, so this has been sitting in there in the bins. They usually roll out a couple of bins. They'll have them out there for, you know, to start off the day. And they'll refresh it from time to time with stuff from the back. But this was sitting there the whole time. A Longchamp purse, you know. I haven't fully comped it yet, but over $100, maybe $200 in this guy right here. A nice tote style purse here. So next we have up here is this Coach backpack. Nylon backpack. Definitely paid up for this a little bit. $43 on this guy. I already have it pictured. I already have it up in the store. I believe it's called the Getaway. It's called the Getaway. I'll double check that. But paid up for it, but it was worth it. Now there's only one sold comp right now. $65. None listed. So I'm anticipating. I listed at $125 and opened up offers. So we'll see how close around $100 we can get on this backpack. Really nice, barely used. I mean, great condition. Now, when you're looking at Coach, don't know if I pointed this out before, but you want to look up these last numbers here, and that'll tell you exactly what the purse is. At least it should. If it's not on eBay, then Google it. And there's a website which I don't remember right now. I'll have to talk about it later. There's a really good website that talks about, you know, Coach and what the numbers all mean and everything. So, but look that number up right there. That'll tell you exactly what it is. And if the number doesn't come up, if you Google it and it doesn't come up, you might be looking at a fake. But you know, while I was at Goodwill, I had plenty of time to inspect these purses, check them out, make sure they're good and authentic. Don't know what's falling around here, but I've seen enough to know, you know, what's fake, what's not fake. There are really good fakes, so you have to be careful. I'm gonna have a flea market video coming out. I don't spot any fakes there, but I just don't even bother looking at purses or designer purses or anything, because the fakes are too good, and I don't want to sit there at a flea market booth examining someone's products and offend them in any way, because I may be buying from them either that time or in the future. At the Goodwill, they don't care. They'll let me sit there forever just examining all their purses if they, if I was so inclined to do so. But a couple of great finds, Coach, a Longchamp. This Longchamp might be worth more than this Coach one. We'll see how everything sells on eBay. The next one, not so high end, but still a good brand. Fossil, on the time. But this Fossil wallet, great price, $5.29. I would have liked to pay a little bit lower, but it should sell for 20-25 bucks. I'm gonna get it cleaned up. It's gonna photograph well. It's got a nice, like, distressed old leather look. Really cool little wallet, and this is an easy store, easy ship. Great overall product. Just make sure the stitching's good. Usually around these edges here, you want to keep an eye on. That's where a lot of wear will occur, or from people just like flipping it out. Just keep an eye on all the stitching, make sure everything looks good on there, and the leather is not so worn out. This one is in great condition, excellent condition, Fossil. So Fossil is definitely something to look out for. You don't want to pay too much for it. I mean, it commands a little bit more of a premium than some other brands, but it's not a Coach, it's not a Longchamp, it's Fossil, but great brand, and it seems to hold good value too. So we got the Fossil, we got the Coach, and this stuff sells year round. So just like other stuff, like t-shirts or even shoes, if you get shoes at a good price, they sell year round. This stuff sells year round. So great items, keep your store moving. Another one is this hat here, a woman's hat, and the reason why I picked it up was because it's a Kangol hat. Keep your eye out for this brand. Many of you may know it was a brand worn by LL Cool J way back in the day, back in my time, back in the 90s, 80s and 90s. This brand was incredibly popular, and a lot of people were wearing this around school in my day. So great brand to look out for. About a $20-$25 hat, and we got that for $4.19. This was just sitting there, like, just rolled up like this inside a bin, and it happened to be kind of like, because I saw the tag first, so kind of like that, and so I spotted the tag. I pulled it out. Usually it's more like a paperboy-ish style, but I haven't seen this style, but I'm pretty sure this will sell pretty well. It's still, it's the Kangol brand. Great hat, nice, lightweight, again, easy to ship, easy to get to the store. I mean, this weighs like 3 ounces, maybe 4 ounces. This can go out the door in 5 or 6 ounces right there. Boom, for that hat. And piece of cake, throw it in a bubble mailer, throw it in a this is great, going to poly mailer, throw it in a little poly mailer, gone, out the door. And then you made $20-$25 on a hat. Nice hat, easy seller, easy store. The other thing I picked up too, and I picked these up because I used to see a lot of Windows Surface tablets, and at the flea market, you were priced pretty well, like at $10. The only problem was they were untested and no chargers, and it uses this funky charger here. So I already bought one, and I saw this there for a couple bucks. I thought I'd buy another one just in case, just because it uses this like proprietary connection. It's not USB, it's not anything. And so when I do come across any Surface tablets again, I have the charger, and I'll be able to at least test it. I can sell it with a charger because I have an extra one, or I can sell it, tested but without a charger, and just make a little bit more money that way. So sometimes you need tools, and charging adapters can be a tool to help you with your business, to help you with your reselling, to help you test items. Be on the lookout, especially if they're a good price. About $3 or less for any tools or anything that may help you. This is from the Goodwill. Get your tools, your stuff from the Goodwill flea market. It all helps you to sell items on eBay. It all helps you to sell items. Did I say that right? Everything that you could possibly need to help you sell items on eBay, you can find it at the Goodwill and the flea market. So keep your eye out. Although I haven't seen any Surface tablets since I got my first charger, so I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, and this tablet, or not tablet, this keyboard, a little Bluetooth keyboard. You know, just a little foldable keyboard like this, lightweight for your phone or tablet. And this goes for about 20 bucks. So, you know, after everything's said and done, $12 to $14 profit on that. Quick and easy sales. Hopefully quick and easy sales. But easy to store, easy to ship. Throw some bubble mailer. Throw this in a bubble mailer like that. Piece of cake. I mean, this is easy. And you made $10 to $12. You know, multiply that times, you know, try to sell 10 items of those. And you made $100 something a day. 7 days a week. Maybe try to get that done 7 days a week. It's pretty good money. So keep her out for some of this stuff, you guys. I know I paid up a little bit for the coach. Probably not a beginner thing to buy because not a lot of comps going out there. So be careful on your buy costs. Either way, guys, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the items I picked up. Let me know what you think of the Goodwill I went to today. And catch you guys in the next video.